This is the home of Brad Lancaster in Tucson, Arizona. And here we see 2 rain tanks, and they connect to this sink. A Berkey filter is the second filtration for using the rainwater to drink. And what's great about Tucson is there's so much outdoor living. Outdoor bathroom. Again, rainwater fed. And this, I believe, is the laundry room. With an efficient washing machine, front loader. And here we see that the washing water, the gray water from the washing machine, can be directed to any of 5 destinations, including the city sewer, which maybe you would do if you were worried about what's in the wash. And there is rainwater collection everywhere. Here's a solar oven, a Go Sun. Here's where Brad milks the goats. And of course a clothesline, because in Tucson, why would you use a dryer? More rainwater collection. Citrus tree. And underneath the citrus tree is a blackberry, a local blackberry variety that uses much less water than citrus. So that has been planted for succession for when the citrus tree decides to call it a day. Here's the main house. More solar hot water. So we don't see it with the current sun angle, but there are 2 tanks in these solar collectors heating the water. And here is that solar oven, site built. You could also purchase them. Essentially, a solar oven is a hot box that collects solar heat. July. He explained that he's letting his chard and other plants go, although they're doing pretty well thanks to this mesquite tree that shades them during the hottest hours of the day. But he doesn't believe in keeping plants going if the water isn't there. Prefers not to use city water. Bicycles. And chickens, goats. Yesterday he was milking the goats. So eggs and goat milk come from these guys. More water storage. That looks like it is connected to this structure here. I just love this shower, outdoor shower. Let's go into the shower. This reminds me of Mexico. Yeah. So you can have your solar heated rainwater shower here. And it looks like that's exactly what someone did. And there's pipes everywhere because he is making the most of every drop of water that comes to the site. And there's plantings throughout. There's not one set vegetable garden. He plants underneath trees, like an understory plant, to shade them during the day, so they'll need less water. And this is the composting toilet. And we know it is used because someone was in here earlier. And that's always a good sign that it's usable and used. This one has a urine diverter on it. So in addition to this funnel, which serves as a urinal, both for men and women, depends on how motivated women are. Or you can sit down, and there we see a urine diverter made out of a funnel, which is much less costly than the manufactured urine diverters. And we see a gasket around the lid to keep out curious bugs. A little bit of water for rinsing if needed. So this is the vent stack, keeping it aerobic, also venting carbon dioxide. And we see their urine is portable. So today, this urine line is draining to this jug, and that's great because you can pick up the jug and pour it where you need that nitrogen. This jar with a bottle funnel in it, I believe is a fly trap. Ideally, you don't have major problems with flies, but it can happen with anything that's organic in a cool, dark place. And this is a composting toilet composter that is composting down, and at a certain point they will empty it. And over here we see two others, and in fact they're monitoring the temperature. We see a thermometer in there, so I think they're waiting for it to get to 140 or a number that assures that the composted excrement is safe to use. You could also just outweight pathogens. And look at this. Here is an improved version of I forgot what they call these, but this one, you can simply use a foot pedal to wash your hands. And the extra water goes down the urine. Goes down this urinal. That's great. Soap, compost crank. I love these things for mixing compost. They essentially, I have like 3 of them. I used to sell them. I think they're made around here. Yeah, it looks like a corkscrew. It's very satisfying to use. I would need both hands to show you. I will put a link in the comments. Now this is cover material for the composter. You might have a scoop per poop policy. This looks to be wood shavings. Solar light. And we see there's a chicken run all around the rainwater tanks. Brad has put all kinds of interpretive signage so people can see befores and afters, can understand what they're looking at when they're here. Because there's a lot that's not obvious, because it's all systems thinking. Brad is the author of Rainwater Harvesting for Drylands and Beyond. Link is in the comments. Gotta love old beater bikes. I like mine because no one wants to steal it. And this whole setting just feels delightful. If you look at neighboring yards, they're a little bit more sun-baked. This one is using shade strategically and every resource on the property, from rainwater to graywater, the urine, the excrement, the feces, the sunshine, all of it. In a couple months, there will be a deluge of rain. And this site is set up to collect as much as possible. Let's go outside the gate. And if one wanted to take a tour of this neighborhood to see all of these interesting systems, the signage, these labels let you know what all is going on in this yard. Rainwater harvesting, graywater harvesting, I prefer to spell graywater with an A, solar hot water, solar power, creating habitat-friendly landscape.